Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. We are back with another One Flask review for the third day in a row. It's my third movie to see in a row this week. Today we got to watch Mufasa The Lion King, the new IP from Disney this Christmas and holiday season. It's a live action Lion King style movie, all about a prequel about Mufasa's upbringing. Obviously, as the review works, I take my handy dandy flask into the movie with whatever it's filled with. I take a sip. I watch the movie while finishing that flask. I'm going to come right back here and review it. So just to start things off, we got to remember that this is a family movie. If you're expecting like a lot of action and stuff of lions fighting each other, then you aren't going to be as happy with it because again, they can't show much in a Disney style family movie. I also didn't know that this movie was a musical. It was never advertised as a musical, so I was kind of shocked when the first song came on and I was like, oh, that's weird. And then another one and another one and another one. And I was like, oh, so this is just straight up like the original Lion King in a musical. I've been a huge fan of Lion King. It has been one of my favorite Disney movies, my favorite Disney series. Lion King 1.5 is my third favorite Disney movie of all time. I will die on that hill that Lion King 1.5 is the best Lion King movie. So if you want me to elaborate, I won't further elaborate because you're gonna argue with a brick wall. I will not change my opinion on that. But getting into this review, starting off watching it at 10:45 this morning, I thought the CGI for the animals was really good. It looked very clean, it looked very crisp. It did feel like you were watching actual animals talk and watching animals like talk to each other, sing, fight around. It was really cool. I think it was a way better improvement than the Lion King live action they released a few years back. So I definitely think they saw what was right in that movie and improved on it on the visuals. The story I thought was really good. It starts off at the end of Lion King 2 to where it's like Simba on Pride Rock and saying like, "Hey, Nala and we are having our child, blah blah blah." But they leave their only kid from Lion King 2 behind, and that's where my two favorite characters, Timon and Pumbaa, come in. As always, they serve as the comic relief. They don't have a very big role in this movie. They kind of just sit there and listen to the story that's being told about Mufasa because Rafiki comes in and Nala, I believe, Simba's daughter is scared of the thunder and she's alone. So they were talking about how Mufasa was never very brave to begin with. The fighting in it was really good, and like during both the flashback scenes when Mufasa's a cub as well as when he's a full-grown adult lion, I thought it was really good there. Good fighting. I mean, you're seeing animals fight. This is also a Disney movie, so you're not going to be like seeing obviously like a lion rip out skin or like claw anybody to death. You don't see any of the deaths, or I mean, you technically see one, but it's not very shown as in like an actual death. It's really really good. But again, Timon and Pumbaa, they do a constant cut back to them in this movie. Like while Rafiki's telling this whole story about Mufasa, there's hard cuts to when they're back in Pride Rock listening to the story, then making jokes. I mean, I'm a big fan of both Billy Eichner and Seth Rogen, both Timon and Pumbaa, two of my favorite actors that I've seen in a while. I mean, they play this role very well. Their banter back and forth between both Rafiki, the daughter, and everything is really, really good. Let's see here. Also in this movie, I mean, there was good fights. The scenery was good. You got to see a lot of how Mufasa created Pride Rock, how he created the Pride lands, like where his ideology came from. It was a really good prequel to set up what I thought the Lion King was. But there obviously were a few things that were here and there that obviously a child wouldn't probably mind, but to me I was just like, why is this happening? The songs were awkward. Yes, they had good songs, but a lot of the songs seeing animals sing like that, yes, it works in animation. Live action CGI style, it was very weird. And some of the songs just outright I thought were bad. I'll say it. There was one that says it's a song like the main villain is saying bye bye all the time, and you can definitely tell it came from Lin Manuel Miranda. If you love Lin Manuel Miranda, he's very prevalent in this movie for this music. You could definitely tell that he is a major hand in this music. Um, and the whole Scar story, because obviously Scar is the prince to be promised to be king one day, as the trailers all said. He kind of goes in there and he starts off great. Loves that he found Simba as his brother after Simba was left and stranded and as a stray roaming the land. So Scar was really cool at the beginning, really nice, really fun. A lot of jokes. You could see Scar being a coward most of the time, obviously, like he is in the regular Lion King movie, to where he is just working behind the scenes, letting everyone do his dirty work for him. But you don't see like any bad tendencies in the movie until toward the middle and end, to where he sees that Simba obviously is becoming a way better person and way better Lion King than he could be, and so that jealousy starts to creep in. And all in all, Scar does betray him. Like, that's what we thought, but it's the fact that Scar betrays him, and then after he betrayed him, Scar goes back and is like, "Oh no, actually, I love you. I'm gonna save you," and saved him on two different occasions after throughout the movie. And it did the same exact thing of when Scar kills Simba, where he grabs the paws, or not Simba, where he kills Mufasa, grabs the paws and either pulls him up or throws him down to his death. In this movie, he always pulls him up, which was really cool as like kind of a reference. But overall, he goes from being good, then he goes to being really bad, to where it almost takes Simba's life. And then he saves Simba one more time, and he's like, "All right, yeah, you saved me. I'll never call you your actual name, and you're gonna be called Scar from now on." But even Scar was like, "Okay, that's fine." It didn't feel like he had a lot of malice anymore. He realized how much he loved his brother and growing up with him. So it's kind of weird to me, like how they're gonna throw back into where Scar's as a prequel, the story of Scar being evil again. Yes, I know jealousy is a thing and it gets worse, but I guess they didn't really show over time of like how Scar could be a bad lion in the end. But overall, I did really enjoy this movie. It was fun. I knew it was a kids movie, but I did have fun with it. A lot of the scenes were really cool. Like the visuals during the music was really cool. Other than actually seeing animals move their mouths to sing, but Lion King is always going to be one of my favorite movies I will probably see anytime Disney makes a Lion King. So overall, probably a 6 or 7 out of 10. I actually do. If you have children, I do recommend seeing this in the theater. I think they would have a lot of fun watching it. It has its ups and downs, really good messages for children and everything of that sort. So yeah, 6 or 7 out of 10. Definitely go see it in the theater. But overall, I mean, yeah, it's going to be on Disney Plus eventually. So if you really don't have an inkling, or you're really, really on the fence, you can stay away from it and wait for it on Disney Plus. But tomorrow is my big day of movies I've been wanting to see in my 4 days of One Flask reviews. Tomorrow is Sonic the Hedgehog 3. I have been dying to see this movie ever since the trailer came out. I do thoroughly love each movie that they've come out. I've played a lot of the Sonic games, so very excited to see what they do with this tomorrow. And so stay tuned tomorrow as I drop another One Flask review. As always, leave a like and comment, and if you do have any questions for me, just comment it down below, and I'll do my best to see if I can improve on what I'm doing here, answer any of your questions. All right, enjoy.